What is up, guys, and welcome to Should You Play Battlefield 4 Dragon's Teeth. Now, normally I don't pre-record these videos, normally I just kind of let them roll, and actually that way I can obviously react to what's going on in-game while actually controlling it. But in this case there's simultaneously so much to cover, yet not a lot to cover, that I thought it would be easier to pre-record. And this is the map Propaganda, and the reason I've started with this one is just because it is my favourite one. Immediately I'm reminded of the, it's not Watch Dogs, is it? The Division. It looks like that sort of style. I've got to say, every single map in this pack is absolutely beautiful. A bit different to some of the others. Obviously Naval Strike was very much all about naval combat, and I'm not really such a fan of the, I'm not saying it's bad because it is very good, but the redone maps that you had in Second Assault. So this is more of a sort of infantry combat, and that's ironic as I'm actually in a tank at the moment. But yeah, it's kind of less focused on the whole vehicle side and more focused on actually fighting people with guns, and as a result there aren't so many vehicles. This is kind of, well, yeah, this is actually the main map that's got vehicles, and even then obviously it doesn't really have many vehicles in. Definitely had a lot of fun this particular game. All these are 64 player, that's how you take out a tank. All of these are 64 player Conquest games running on PC, of course on ultra settings, using two GTX 680s and a 4790K. But yeah, they're absolutely beautiful maps, and the style is just so much better, I think, than some of the other maps. Obviously it's just the way real life is. That the lighting in maps like naval, all the naval assault ones, they are of course set under like really bright light. Sometimes, you know, it's a little bit stormy, but these are more sort of cloudy days, if you like, and as a result the lighting is better and you can see all the details a lot better. It's just nice. But obviously, how are the maps? Because realistically that's why you're buying it. There are extra guns, and there's a new game mode, Chain Link I believe it's called, and I'll be covering that in a separate casual play video. But realistically, no matter what they can try and sell you, you are buying these for the maps. You are, you know, buying this so that you're going to be able to play the maps for a long time. So this is my favourite one, the reason being just because you can actually get from one side of the map to the other without dying, if that's what you want to do. I wouldn't normally use two separate clips, but I have to say I did get quite a lot of kills here with the support class. Yeah, it's just quite nice. It's got a nice variety to it. It's got some open spaces, but it's got some cover in the middle. As you can see, it's more raised in the middle. Whereas, I'll get onto it, but one of the other maps is just a bit too flat, and as a result, you just get killed by snipers just all the time. Whereas this one, it's got some nice capture points. If you play it in Rush, it becomes a lot tighter. I have played that in Rush, but this is definitely my favourite map, and I think it probably will be yours as well. A lot of people agreed with me. This is the one I'm talking about, Sunken Dragon. This is the one where it's a little bit flat. And what do I mean by that? Well, it means that you can get sniped across the map very easily, and if you want to go for more of a close quarters sort of approach, then you're going to find that a bit more difficult, unfortunately, with this particular map. It starts off very nice actually. You each get a helicopter, obviously like a lot of other maps do, but then after that you don't really see any vehicles. There's a couple of quad bikes, like an ATV sort of thing. This is the coolest bit of the map, the Sea Dragon. This is the only point, I think, ever in the whole of Battlefield that you have to be in the sea to capture, so you have to be somewhat helpless. Obviously you can get a pistol out now in Battlefield 4. So yeah, this is quite nice. I thought it was going to be a really nice map. You've got a nice big central point, but it just becomes a bit too, I wouldn't say one-sided, but as you'll see in a minute, there's a central river flowing between the two maps, and this obviously separates them off, and then there's a highway to the right-hand side, and then you just basically get a load of snipers, and there's not really that much else to do if you don't like snipers. You see those buildings just in the distance there. You get a lot of people camping out in there with snipers, so you can somewhat sneak in there and take them all out with an assault class or a support class or assault class, and anything but a sniper if you want to, but you can't obviously pull that off all the time, and that's a bit of a one-trick pony. One of the other things that annoys me a little bit about this map is that the things like the car park, and there's one of the buildings has been reused. You know, it's not a major issue, but what I mean by that is it's literally the same car park in the same building, but just placed in this map. So around about A, you have a building that is from, what is it, Siege of Shanghai? One of the capture points might be C. There's like a supermarket, like glass house, that's pretty much the same. And then the car park is pretty much the same as you get in, what's the water one? Flood Zone. But yeah, it's not really a big deal. I still had a good time playing the map, and if you like snipers, then it's nice and it's got nice variety to it. And as I said about the others, it definitely does look like a really nice map. If that's your thing, all the maps look absolutely beautiful. But if you're after close quarters combat, this probably isn't for you, and that helicopter does get quite annoying, just because it can pretty much shoot all the infantry down, and there's not that much really you can do to stop it, really. Yeah, no, maybe I'll like it in a few more plays, but not that keen. Pearl Market. This reminded me of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It's a very vertical map, despite how it looks. It's quite small, very minuscule amount of vehicles. You've got the quad bikes, and then you've got one type. I think it's a new vehicle. It's like an ATV, except the driver can't fire. But yeah, I really like this map actually. On 64 player, it is a bit chaotic. Probably is better to play this one at 48 player. Obviously, it's not quite the same to play at 32. But 64, it can get a little bit intense, both on a graphical side. Obviously, most people throw a lot of grenades and stuff down, and when there's a lot of them, it can slow your gaming down. It wasn't such an issue for me. But almost like the server maybe struggled a tiny bit, and there was a tiny bit of lag. But I still enjoyed my playtime in this map, actually. Just because you can easily get from one side of the map to the other. Obviously, if you're playing Conquest, that's what you want to do, because you're trying to capture all the points. There aren't many vehicles, but it's the right amount of vehicles. If there's vehicles all the time, then it just gets really annoying, because obviously you just get gunned down all the time. I think I get run over in a minute. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was a brilliant play, I have to say. I'm not the best player. If you're interested in more Battlefield action, then subscribe for more casual play Battlefield action. But yeah, it's not really my strong point, so to say. Well, not terrible. As for other modes, I have to say I haven't really played them that much. Once you can't really see at the moment. It's quite open on the outside, but as soon as you get in, you can climb up on all the rooftops. It's like Kowloon as well from Black Ops 2. Again, nice stylized graphics, very nice. Not really any major complaints at all actually about this map. I'm not really playing it to the best that I could do. Yeah, little bike. Yeah, no, it's definitely a solid map. I think you see in a minute actually that you can start climbing up all those rooftops. So if you look above, I might actually get shot down by one in a minute. But you can get pretty much everything you can see. You can, well, not everything you can see, but you can get there are multiple routes that you can take upstairs on buildings if that's what you want to do, or you can stay downstairs in the gutter. So you often get a lot of boys that jump down from rooftops and will shoot you in the face, which isn't great, but you can do that to other people as well. So yeah, pretty solid close quarters map that one. Lumphinney Garden, I believe that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure whether I like this one or not. It's more open. I think the biggest complaint I have about it is that I would like more vehicles in it. It seems a tiny bit too big just for infantry maps. Not that that's really a major complaint, because it obviously spices things up a little bit. You've got this massive large open section in the middle of the map, and then you've got small clusters of not necessarily all indoor. Like in the middle of the map, you've got like a train wreck that you fight in. I have to say that guy's got a nice emblem with the nod Command & Conquer logo. I'm a fan of that. So yeah, you see more in the middle. It's simultaneously quite open and quite closed off at the same time, which is great. Which is why I like this map more than I do the one in China. What's it, Sunken Dragon? I'm not such a fan of that. There was a random explosion that I think revolutionizes, if that's how you say it, the map. Wasn't entirely sure what happened. Something just blew up and I died. Wasn't entirely sure. So I haven't really noticed. I'm not saying it's not there, but I haven't noticed so much levolution. Obviously, they've been going on about that in this map, but obviously they're just one-trick sequences anyway, so it's not such a big deal, I have to say. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think I should have got him there, but Yeah, I guess it was 2 against 1. I have to let him off. Yeah, but if you want to snipe, then you can snipe in this map, no problem. If you want to play it a bit more close quarters-esque, then you can do that as well. But yeah, I guess it's just, if you want to get to the other side of the map quickly, there's a couple of quad bikes, but it's not really a way to do that, and you can't really get to the quad bikes more often than not. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say this is my favourite map, but I'm definitely looking forward to giving these maps more of a play. This is the bit I'm revolutionised, not really sure what happened there, just something blew up. It's story of Battlefield, to be honest, quite a lot of the time, but I'll be interested what happens. I think maybe the bridge blows up. I'm not really sure. So, should you play it? Well, yes, obviously. If you are a big Battlefield fan, then premium, if you can get it at a decent price. I'm not really sure whether it's worth £40 or how. Is it $60? I can't remember exactly how many dollars it is. But you do get quite a nice amount of variety in the maps. Even the one that's not quite so great, I'm sure they'll be tweaking stuff like that remotely and updates and stuff, so hopefully they'll get better. All the maps look great, and apart from 1 or 2 buildings that look very familiar, none of it's rehashed either, and I have to say I'm quite looking forward to playing some more of these maps. And if you haven't got premium, I'm not so sure whether it's worth buying this map pack on its own. I'll probably answer that in another casual play video, but I definitely think if you like Battlefield, then premium's probably definitely worth investing in, just because you obviously get more of the same, and if you play the same maps for too long, you're going to get pretty bored. So I think if you've been watching this and you've almost got quite excited at the thought of playing them, I think you've already answered your question. If you're not really that much of a fan of Battlefield, then obviously it's not going to be worth the outlay, really. I have to say that I'm not disappointed with my purchase of the maps, so I don't think you would be either. I think when it comes to maps, obviously people are fairly similar in what they think. There's a nice amount of variety, and I would recommend it to any Battlefield fan. Thank you very much for watching this video. I often do like a face cam now on casual plays, and I'm not going to do that on should you plays, because it should be focusing on the game rather than my playstyle. But if you are interested in that, then head over to the PC Centric YouTube channel, where you can find more content on should you plays. So should you play the latest titles, casual play, you know, just taking it for a casual little drive. Yeah, which is just basically like let's play-esque videos, which I enjoy doing, and from what I hear in the comments, a lot of you guys enjoy watching as well. But of course, this is a PC channel as well. It's all about PCs, gaming and technology, so if you're interested in any of those subjects, then this is definitely the place for you to be. So subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you liked it. If you weren't so keen on the maps, then dislike the video, and if you didn't like the video, then dislike the video as well. Thank you very much for watching. It's great to have you here, and I will see you in the next video.